A very good afternoon to all. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Myself Sanchita Sanand, a first year law student from Galgotias University and currently working as a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today I'm here to talk about the National Green Tribunal. So what is the National Green Tribunal? The National Green Tribunal was established on 18th October 2010 under Section 3 of the National Green Tribunal Act 2010 passed by the central government. The stated objective of the central government was to provide a specialized forum for effective and speedy disposal of cases pertaining to environment protection, conservation of forest, and for seeking compensation for damages caused to property or people due to violation of environmental laws or conditions specified while granting permissions. The need for a national tribunal to dispose of matters related to environmental protection was first felt in 1986 by the Supreme Court of India in the Oleum gas leak case and later by the Law Commission in its 186th report in 2003. So, the working of the National Green Tribunal is guided by two basic principles: polluter pays principle and sustainable development principle. It was formed in furtherance of India's commitment towards establishing a national forum for the redressal of environment related disputes at the Rio de Janeiro summit. Now, this summit was convened in 1992 by the United Nations Conference on Conservation of Environment and Development. So, after the establishment of the National Green Tribunal, India became the third country after Australia and New Zealand to come up with a national forum for addressing all these environmental issues related to protection. Now, the National Green Tribunal is mandated to make disposal of applications or appeals finally within 6 months of filing of the same. So, this was all about its introduction. Now, let us know about the structure of the National Green Tribunal. Following the enactment of the National Green Tribunal Act of 2010, the principal bench of the National Green Tribunal has been established in the national capital, that is New Delhi, with regional benches in Pune, that is Western Zone Bench, Bhopal, that is Central Zone Bench, Chennai, that is Southern Bench, and Kolkata, that is Eastern Bench. Each bench has a specified geographical jurisdiction covering several states in a region. There is also a mechanism for circuit benches. For example, the Southern Zone Bench, which is based in Chennai, can decide to have sittings in other places also, like Bangalore or Hyderabad. The chairperson of the National Green Tribunal is a retired judge of the Supreme Court headquartered in Delhi. Other judicial members are retired judges of high courts. So each bench of the National Green Tribunal will comprise of at least one judicial member and one expert member. Expert members should have a professional qualification and minimum of 15 years experience in the field of environment or forest conservation and related subjects. So this was all about the structure of the National Green Tribunal. Now let us understand the powers and the functions of the National Green Tribunal. Following are the powers vested in the National Green Tribunal. Now let us start with the first power. First power is that the National Green Tribunal has jurisdiction to decide all the matters involving substantial question regarding the environment and its protection and any legal right connected with it. Second power, because since the National Green Tribunal is a statutory authority, so exercises not only original jurisdiction but it also has an appellate jurisdiction. It considers some principles before deciding any case such as sustainable development, polluter pays, precautionary principle, etc. Third power is that The National Green Tribunal can order to party or any such person to pay compensation and relief that has caused damage to the environment and to the victims by using hazardous substances. It can also order for restitution of property and restitution of the damaged environment. Also, an appeal can be filed to the Supreme Court against the order of the National Green Tribunal. Now, these all were the powers of the National Green Tribunal. Now, let us look at the functions of the National Green Tribunal. Following are the functions performed by the National Green Tribunal. Being expertise in environmental issues, it has to handle all the disputes related to environment and other related multidisciplinary issues. The National Green Tribunal must provide speedy trial and speedy justice in all related matter and must help reducing the burden of same cases pending in high courts. Then the third function is that the National Green Tribunal is mandated to dispose of the case within 6 months from the date of filing of the complaint, as I have already mentioned before. All the proceedings under the National Green Tribunal shall have to be accorded to the proceedings within the sections of the Indian Penal Code. Now let us look at some of the important judgments which were given by the National Green Tribunal. First case, let us talk about Almitra H. Patel and others versus Union of India and others. So in this case, PIL was filed under Article 32 of the Constitution regarding the treatment of solid waste management practice in India. The tribunal considered it as a major problem and issued over 25 directions and guidelines after hearing the case. So the tribunal asked all the states to strictly follow solid management rules of 2016. Strict prohibition was made on openly burning of waste on land. So these were some important steps which were taken by the National Green Tribunal in this case. The second case, let us look, is Samir Mehta versus Union of India and others. This is also one of the landmark cases that created history. In this case, complaint was filed by an environmentalist regarding the most serious damage caused by the coal, fuel oil and diesel carrying ship. When the ship was wrecked, a thick layer of oil was formed over the sea surface, which caused a serious damage to the marine ecosystem and aquatic world. The tribunal, by applying polluter pay principle, held that negligence was caused on the part of respondents, and the tribunal also said that they had not adhered to the pre-voyage principle. Thus, they are liable for all the damage that was caused. Now let us conclude this about all this National Green Tribunal. Now the 21st century is witnessing a noteworthy transformation towards environmental justice with a rapid growth in environmental courts and tribunals. India too is stepping towards green justice by enacting National Green Tribunal Act of 2010 and hence providing the provision for the establishment of National Green Tribunal. National Green Tribunal is a potential tool to bring the issues of environmental protection and development in equilibrium by managing cases more efficiently and effectively for supporting greater public information, participation and access to justice, and for achieving more informed and equitable decisions. But of course, just a tribunal cannot change the problems. We too have to look after our environment ourselves, because in the end we are the one who all have to survive. So this was all about the National Green Tribunal. Thank you so much for devoting your time and listening to my video. If you really liked it, then please like, share and comment, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel Let's Click for more upcoming such videos. Thank you so much and have a nice day.